So hey there guys, welcome to another completely spontaneous video, the drunk vlog, where I just sit here and speak whatever whatever I want and you watch if you want that. So today I'd like to speak about the game series I really like, and it's a very fresh for me game series, so I'd like to share my experience with you. I'd like to recommend it to you, so if you're into that stuff you may still check this out, and if you're not you may still check this out, so who knows. I'm gonna split the video, I mean in the YouTube fucking thing, you know, that like video bar. I'm gonna try to split it so you can see where's the spoiler section, where's non-spoiler section, and yada yada. So see for yourself if you wanna watch it. I know there's like two guys who wanna see me speaking about Persona series, and I mean, why not? It's a great game series and it deserves to be played, and it is not as popular as it should be. I mean, it's not like it's not as popular as it should be. It's just not as well known now, because literally now games are like fucking, what's the thing, you know, just jump and shit, like free game. What's fucking Overwatch and stuff like King of the fucking, how's that called? King of the Royal Battle Royale and stuff. So that's not the type of games for me, and that's the issue. Because the older you get, the less time you can spend on games. Even me, you know, I'm 33 years old currently, and I don't have a woman, I don't have children, I have all the time I have for myself. I mean, the free time, because I work and yada yada. But I can imagine being like my friends, like almost all of my friends, they have 2 children and wife, and they do not have time at all. So even me, I struggle finding time. I mean, in 13 years or something, I had all the time in the world. Now I don't have time, and you have to pick what game to play, right? And I really encourage you to try and play Persona games. But that's only if you like turn-based combat and you like anime type of games. And I mean, if you're watching it, you're probably liking it. And I mean, this is gonna be a very primitive video, just me, stupid me, speaking and just telling stuff. And I mean, I'm super drunk. I just came from the birthday party of one of my ex-colleagues. You know, he just he is like 45 now, and we had a nice time and stuff, so that's cool. But I'm gonna just add a bit, just so you know, it's a bit funnier, because I'm stupid when I'm drunk, but I hope not that stupid. So let's speak about Persona games, guys. I spoke a bit about Fire Emblem games previously on my channel, and that's also a great games. I mean, if you watched my Q&A video, you know I have a giant ass fucking collection for like about $1,000 worth of games now. Because one of the games I showed is like, was not that cheap when I bought it, but now it's extremely expensive. It's like $500 now. So it's like, whoa. That's serious. But we're not speaking about Fire Emblem. It's just, so my little story, guys. I don't play much. During my youth, I played a lot of games. I played like classic games, Quake, Doom, Duke Nukem, all of the stuff, like Heretic. Like you probably don't even know the games, because you have to be as old as me at least. Later on, like 2000s, the like cool games here and there. But then in the middle 2000s, in 2005, after Half-Life 2, after Doom 3, I was like not into games too much. I was growing up, I was like into girls, into partying, and like, yeah, and like online games. Not like online games like World of Warcraft, like stupid ass fucking browser games where you just chat and like there's like just text. I liked it, there's like communication. I even found a girlfriend out there. We lived for 3 years. That was nice. But it ended up not good because life is different from the virtual world. But that's not the case. So I played the games and then I got like out of the games, and then I had another period of playing games and this and that. But lately, like 5 years or so, I'm not very much into games. Not like just because I don't want it. It's mostly because I just kind of like, I find one game and like it and I play it, but it's like to find something and to actually start playing it is much more difficult than it was before. So when I bought Nintendo Switch, I enjoyed the Breath of the Wild, The Legend of Zelda, 140 hours of pure pleasure. Great game, amazing. So it was basically game of the year for me. And then I bought Fire Emblem Three Houses. That was an exceptionally great game as well, more than 200 hours into. Then I bought fucking Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, and it was also a great game. So all of those, I mean, the last two basically are JRPGs, just the different ones. So I was never into JRPGs. I played RPGs like Fallout 2, 1, and like 3, and like 4, and Witcher, and all that stuff. But JRPGs never. And basically the what did I say? The game like Fire Emblem, Three Houses, and Xenoblade Chronicles. Even though they're different, they still work kind of JRPGs, right? I mean, I played Dragon Quest 11, and that's a piece of shit game. I mean, you can play it. It's like 5 out of 10, basically. It's just the game. It's just fucking nothing special about it. It's like it's just a game. You play it, right? It gives the bare minimum, like stupid ass protagonist, like dual ass companions, and stupid world and battle system is like shit. But I get it. It has a lot of fans as well. I'm not insulting you. It's just I think it's weak compared to others. And we're gonna speak about the others. We're coming to that, right? So yeah, I basically had one game over the year that I really, really liked. Breath of the Wild, then Fire Emblem, and then Xenoblade Chronicles, and then I bought Nintendo Wii U's like gorgeous piece of electronics, guys. You will not ever believe it. It's like, I have the thing here. Here I go. It's one of the best things ever that I had. Like, it's so good. It's like, it's feeling so good to play this. Too bad it's failed, like, miserably. And I played Xenoblade X, and it's also a great game. But the next year, 2001, there's another game that appeared in my life. And that is Persona. It's not like just a game, it's like a game series. That's basically a spin-off from another series. So either you know what's up about Persona, you watching this video, either you're like just like me, and I mean, I'd like to hug you, man. So you probably know that, or you don't know that. I'm gonna explain a bit just in case, right? So Persona series that I got into this year is JRPG games. JRPG like Japanese RPG. And it's gorgeous. as I've said, I played some of the JRPGs. I played the Dragon Quest 11 on the Switch, and this game is poop. I played Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, and it's great. And I played Xenoblade X, and it's great. And I played Xenoblade 2, and it's shit. But still, those are different games. They're more like online, whatever, like Warcraft type of games, you know, where you press the like real-time combat and stuff. JRPGs are turn-based. They're grindy, like fucking terribly grindy, and they have a lot of content, and that's about the Persona game. So I bought this game, I think in the previous year. I went into the shop that has a lot of games, like used ones as well, so I bought a few, and this one as well, because I've heard a lot of good things about this one, and I bought it, and I kept it for some time. And it was good. I mean, when I started playing it, but I was not playing it for quite a lot. And then I decided, like, okay, I'm gonna play it, and I inserted the thing in my PS4 Pro. That's just like here, and I started playing it, and it took me around 2 or 3 hours to realize that this game is basically PS3 port. That's a good game, but there's a better game. There is a better game that's called Persona 5 Royal, right? It's basically the same game, but it has additional content. It is adapted for PS4. And my story with that is that I started playing Persona 5, the original one, on my PS4. Like 4K and shit. And one of the first missions, that's not a spoiler, it's just like, oh, something fell. It's just the story. One of the first missions tells you that, wants you to use the subway station of Tokyo to go from point 1 to point 2, basically, right? And it's not like in fucking Skyrim or other modern games where like you have like map and like blinking dot or something, you know, you don't fucking know where to go. It says like you go to Shibuya station. You're like, where the fuck is a goddamn fucking Shibuya? You're there in the subway and you're watching and you don't know where the fucking thing is. But there's like some, like billboards that say like it's there or there and stuff. But it's so low resolution, it's terrible. I'm like, where? What? that was stupid. I was running there. I mean, I found the place in the end, and I started some of the later missions. But then I learned that actually Persona 5 Royal is not just some... It's not like they do with games like, the fucking super duper edition of the game where you have like DLCs and stuff. No, this is the better version of the game. It contains more stuff for you to play with. It's not just the DLCs in there. No, it's like a completely revamped, remade, better version of the game. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go buy it. And I just went and bought it for in 1.5 hours. Went and bought it and came back home and inserted the thing. And I started playing. And you know what? There was an issue. This game, since it's an American version of the game, because I bought it used, not the original one. It doesn't have the Japanese voice acting, and I had to download it separately, and it was a very fucking painful thing. I had to create an American account to download the thing, and it was terrible. So I kind of got it, but it was still working like bad. But this game, Royal, it just have the thing, the Japanese voice acting. You just enable it, and it works. And I just don't play Japanese games. I don't watch Japanese anime in dub. That's stupid. I mean, it's not like stupid, it's your thing, but I think it's stupid. You have to, I mean, watching American movie, I'm sorry, with your country subtitles is okay, because American culture is not as rich as Japanese culture. And not just culture, but the speaking culture, the communication culture. And Japanese culture, Japanese voice actors, they're the stuff that they know how to do that. So it's like you have to play the original voice acting. And that's what I did. I played the original voice acting. So I bought the game, I inserted it in the PlayStation 4, and you know what? Yeah, it's super duper better. When I played the mission with Subway, I get out of the station. I mean, I get into the station, and all of the signs, billboards and stuff, I can actually see what's there. It's like sign, like, Shibuya? You wanna go to Shibuya? You go there. And I'm like, ooh, go there. That was super great. That was like, it got me into the game. It's not like, as I've said, Skyrim or whatever the other game is, like, shows you, like, you go there, you're like, northeast fucking somewhere there, and like, go in there. No, you have to find the way, you have to understand where are you, and that's gorgeous. That's great. That's already about the game, which is great. It just adds to experience, right? It places you into the world. So I played that part, and I liked the fact that the textures are better, and that's great. But then this is the spoiler part, I suppose. Because discussing this game without spoilers is completely impossible. I may say that if you have never played it, you just have to play it, but it's difficult to explain, right? And since I don't have the script now, I just say whatever I want to say. So, a little bit of spoiler territory now. So, I'm not the... I don't know, I'm gonna cut the video somehow. This game is a JRPG. And it's very, very well made JRPG. I wonder if I even... Nope, I don't even have the CD. It's in my PS4. Still. It's a JRPG done fucking right. So, as I've said, this is a spin-off from the main series of Shin Megami Tensei games that are basically... about the game, about the demon hunter something, right? Like apocalypse stuff and demons and stuff. But it's more about the gameplay and the demons. Though this game is more about... It's half action, half basically like visual novel type of game, right? Where you think what to do, where you pick your answers, where you find where you not find, but you increase the friendship with people. So I mean, yeah, and this is time management game where you have to pick, like, what would you fucking do? You will go to, I don't know, you go fish and just raise some of your social stats, or you go and have fun with one of your friendos and you, like, see some of their stories or backstories. That's cool. And that's the main thing about Persona. It's split in like two type of games. Tactical battles, almost like XCOM, but not very much. Fire Emblem is more like XCOM, but it's still turn-based, a lot of random stuff happening, and there's communication with your characters also involved in that. So it's a very rich game that lets you do a lot of things. And Persona 5 Royal adds a lot of new stuff into the game compared to the original Persona, right? It adds more, and it's great. I'm sorry for touching the fucking microphone. So I kind of described the straight of the game, but let's speak a bit about spoilers, right? My story. So I went into it completely blind. I never knew what's up with the thing, and I just let's play it. And almost instantly, I fell in love with it because there was Soichiro, the guy from in the bar, right? That was like, I liked the man so much. I never heard his voice actor previously, but he was great. He was like super great. Even though he was not very friendly in the beginning, but I liked him instantly. And then we met Ryuji, one of the best characters of the game. Ryuji, let's call him Ryuji, not like English stuff. He's great. He's voiced by Miyano Mamoru, the voice actor behind Okabe Rintaro from Steins Gate. He's a very talented guy. I like him a lot, and he did a lot. He did a great job voicing the man. And when you meet with him, like, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go with the full version because it's gonna take a lot of time. But I mean, when I met him and when we got into the dungeon place, right? I'm still not gonna spoil all of the same things, right? I'm gonna keep it like moderately spoilery. When we got into the dungeon, I learned that yeah, man, that's the game. That's cool. That's fucking amazing, right? You kind of get into the inner soul of a characters, of person that like that has issues in his personality, right? And you get into that and you see the materialized version of his vision of whatever there is, right? And I'm like, whoa, and it's like a dungeon, and you run there, and there's like enemy encounters and stuff, and there's a great battle system in there that plays around weaknesses and strengths, right? If like there's someone weak against ice, you just cast ice on the man, and like he like falls down, and you have another chance to attack. And if you know what's the other guy weakness is, you just cast another weakness, like falls as well, and they're like do the super duper attack, and like it looks badass, looks super stylish, like and you kill them all. So the battle system is very rewarding. It asks you to experiment. It asks you to check what's up with this enemy or that enemy to learn about them. But where you know when you know about them, you can like you like dominate the battle, right? And that's great. So all of the battles there kind of feel fresh because you have to check, and then when you check, you have the abilities and you use them, and of course you have to conserve the best abilities, like your special mana, basically points. So there's like resource management as well, especially in the earliest dungeons, and that's great. I really liked it. And the style, man, I have to tell you, the style of that game is something else. When you just press the main menu, it's incredible. It's all super stylish, like moves everywhere, like black and white. Do these like fucking pistol, and like something happens. Everything is like super stylish. You came to a doctor and the girl, you press some button, she's like adds like an, you can see like that's summer in my country. Where when I wear sandals, I have this type of skin now. So the doctor is better looking though, but anyways, it's like super stylish. It's pleasing to watch, and it's incredible. It is the most stylish game I ever seen, seriously. And I've seen a lot. So it's great in this department. And after you play this dungeon, you know, you met all of the characters. you kind of get the idea of the game, right? You meet new characters, you have a lot of time spared in the real world. You do this, you do that, like more of the activities they appear, and it's great. It just keeps you entertained and it keeps the gameplay fresh. And it have the strategic value, right? You have to think like, what will I do in like fucking 30 days from this point? I want this to like happen in some days, right? You wanna level up one of your friends, so you have additional abilities or something. And you basically in one game you have the battle, turn-based JRPG type of battle, but it's good. It looks good. It provides a lot of different ways to deal with the enemy. And there's another part of dungeon crawling, basically like Metroidvania type of games where you have new abilities to go to new places, and you finish the dungeon. And the other part where you level up yourself, or you live in a normal world, you level up yourself, you level up your friends, connections. So it's super good. I loved all of that. As I've said, I've spent, I think I said that, 220 or something hours playing just one game. And it was pure pleasure. I'm not gonna spend all of your time speaking about the plot of the game. That's not the case. One of you wanted to speak. One of you wanted me to speak about the characters, and this is another spoiler territory, right? So characters-wise, let's just speak about the characters. Ryuji, I like the boy. He's like one of the best friendos. Voiced by Miyano Mamoru, he's one of the best friends. He's great. Even though he's just like generic type of character, but the way he's voiced and the way he acts, it kind of makes him very likable, right? An Tatsumaki, I think her name, right? Takamaki. I think Takamaki. Maybe wrong because I'm super drunk, right? She's Takamaki. She's gorgeous. Such a girl. Love her so much. Such a positive and energetic character. It's like beautiful, right? I don't know her voice actress, but she's great. I love her. Her story, where you like level up your relationship with her. She's like basically the what the hell is that called? Photo model. What the hell is that? Like modeling, and she's a little plot in there, and she's great. I like her. It's fun to see her in there. Then Morgana. Morgana is like a character that's like, here he is, like a kitty. What's that called? I don't remember how that's called. Like a special character that's not real. Forgot how it's called. Not gonna spend your time. Mascot character, right? It's like magic, basically. Or I'm not gonna spoil stuff. Just slight spoilers. He's also great. I mean, I liked him a lot when he finally was able to get into the world where you play and lead you into the game. It's such a pleasure. He comments everything. He helps you in everything, and it's great. I missed that in the previous games, in the previous Persona games that I will speak about later about. So Morgana is great, and even if there was little piece of plot that was not that I didn't like too much. Still, Morgana was great. And after that, we meet Yusuke, I think, the painter guy. And you know what? I didn't really like him, because I just didn't like him. He was like, he was like pretty dull. I mean, I'm basically the same. I'm very collected and calm and serious when I speak with other people. Like basically, kind of dull in a way. Not every time, not with everyone, but that's sometimes happens. And Yuji, how do I call him? Yuji. I forgot, man. I'm stupid. So the guy, I didn't really like him, and I was like, no, you're gonna add him into the team? Like, fuck you. But they added him, and then he had a nice plot, and there's like a very funny scenes with him, like an Anne, and like her. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna spoil. It's great. I loved my ass off with like him and them meeting each other. Like great. And when he was added to the team, I was like, no, don't add this guy. He's like so dull and stuff. And I never used him in the battle, because my character was like doing all the stuff instead of him, and my other characters were just like built for the support. They were great. So I never used him much, and I never liked him much. But later on into the game, I kind of got into, the guy. I started liking him, even though initially I didn't like him. He's great. He's a nice character with like his own quirks. But he's cool, He's the bro. He's great. I liked him a lot. After him, though, we meet an amazing character, Makoto, and I know a lot of people love Makoto. She's gorgeous. People like want her to stomp on them, and yep, I fucking want to do the same thing, even though I'm not fanboying over her, but she's fucking great, Like this, like right and correct and very nice girl that's actually into her soul is like fuck you all type of girl, and that's great. And I mean, I'm not even trying to speak about the whole Persona thing, because I don't want to spoil that much for all of you, because you probably know about it. If you don't know about it, you shouldn't even know about it. Just go and play the game. I just want to say that basically Persona is about protagonists finding their inner self, right? If you look like me and you're like, hey guys, you drank flock, but inside you're like a fighter or something other, you just hate that, you want that. And Persona is about finding your inner self, your real true self, and it appears in the world in like super duper powerful being that kind of represents your inner self, right? And Makoto is a very nice girl. She has great grades. She's Seto Kaicho, what's that in English? The president of the school, something something. So she's considered the nicest and the most right girl ever, but inside her, she's like rebel, riding the bike and like metal and shit. And that's cool. You see the real characters in there. So Makoto is bae. Everyone loves her. I love her as well. That there was like a little part of the story when she was like searching for you, like trailing you. She's like that in some journals, like yeah, you don't see me, and she's always right in the back of you, like you looking at her like, girl, I can see her. She's like, no, you cannot see it. That's funny. I mean, there's like little details in the game that were gorgeous. So she's great. I loved her. And after she joined the party, we find Futaba. which is another great character I love a lot, and she's voiced by Yuki Aoi, I think. And I don't know much about the girl. I know she voiced a lot of characters, but I've heard her in the Fire Emblem series, Fire Emblem Three Houses. Exactly, that was Lithia from the Fire Emblem Three Houses. One of I mean, I romanced the girl. She's like lolly and she's cool. I mean, yeah, I love her. It's not like I really love little girls. I love little girls, but not, you know, they have to be like women, not just girls. And I just loved her. It's so cute. And Futaba is basically the same. She's voiced by the same girl, and she's cute, and she has her own issues. But I love her. I loved her story. I loved her dungeon, basically, right? She's great. If not one particular character, I would have romanced that girl. Because I mean, in this game, you can romance characters, the girl character, because you play as a boy, and Japanese, they don't really like gay stuff. You know, they more into like straight stuff. So you're like, if you're a boy, you date the girls. And the rule of, I mean, fucking every single girl in this game deserves to be romanced. I'm not even speaking about secondary characters like Kawakami, you know, the teacher of yours. She's so gorgeous. I would like love her. I would hang her. I mean, I would keep her in my arms daily because she's great. But you have to pick. I mean, you can do everyone. You can romance everyone, but that's gonna cost you not very nice, like Witcher 3 like type of scene at some point. So you better pick one girl, boy. You're gonna pick one man, and that's difficult. But I decided in the end, I decided to go with Kasumi. We're gonna get to that because she's great. Maybe not the best girl, but I felt like I like her. So Futaba was a great character with great backstory. She was great addition to the team. She's gorgeous. Love her so much. I would romance the girl, even though she's a bit weird, like totally gamer stuff. Not just gamer, not even geek. She's like weird gamer type. Like oh, that's dungeon, like levels and stuff. No, you don't speak like that. But I get her. I mean, you gotta have to see the story about the girl. After that, you meet another girl who's Haru. I mean, she's a nice girl, but there's a huge issue with the game. It introduces characters one after another, and after introducing the last character, it's kind of like, oh, you know what? We're kind of finishing up. So here's your last character. Like, you fine with it? We're finishing up, right? And you're like, no, the fuck, man. I want to date her. I mean, not date. I mean, I want to spend time with the girl. I want to know the girl. I want to use her in the battle. And they're like, no, fuck you, you know. We don't have time for that. And that's stupid. They introduce the last character, and basically they say, like, no, we're wrapping up the whole thing. So Haru is a nice girl, and surprisingly, she was one of the girls that was actually super sad when I denied her girlfriend thing, you know, because yeah, when you get to level 9 of the relationship out of 10, they're like, can we kind of, you know, make you know, love and shit, and you're like, ooh, I love this girl. And Haru was the one that was almost crying, and I felt really bad. I was like, oh man, fuck you, Persona, for making me have a choice. So she's a great character, but underdeveloped, highly underdeveloped, because you have to just spend all your time on the girl, and you don't have much. Man, my face is red. You know why? Because I'm drunk like fucking shit. So Haru is a nice girl, and I'm sure people love her, but she doesn't get a lot of love she deserves, because I think Persona games, they should, when you have the lost character in your team, they have to give you more time to actually play with them. But they don't do that. So she's basically the last member of the team. I'm not gonna go into spoiler details and other characters mostly. Some of the characters, like secondary characters, they were like cool characters here and there, and I really like the maidens, the girls that serve into like super duper real realm, where you like do your magic stuff, create personas and whatever, speak with the man, with like Igor, the magical being, man, whatever, and like two maidens that are basically the same side of the one. And Persona 5 Royal adds special missions with those. Here are they basically. They're like two lolly girls. Weird ones, but they're super cool. I like them. Of course I'm not gonna tell you the story, just the characters. I loved the game a lot. I love the game for the characters. I love the game for the ability to, not for the ability, but for the gameplay that you kind of switch between tactical fighting, exploring the new and interesting, especially looking dungeons, and then like having your life and spending the time with characters. So it's like different type of games in one. It lets you, it gives you a different experience with the game and the characters overall. And the battle system is gorgeous, guys. It's yep. If you compare it to Dragon Quest 11 is like me farting really loud. It kind of is impressive, but just once. If I'm gonna continue doing that, it's not gonna be impressive. But Persona 5, it's different stuff. It's much better. It's always adding some things, in there. There's some weaknesses to the character, some special abilities, some combinations with the character, like special attacks. When you have some characters have a nice relationship with each other, you have a special badass looking or funny looking scene, and they're so gorgeous, like Showtime attacks. They're gorgeous. They're like super funny to watch. I never skipped a single one of the Showtime attacks because they're like super good. It's pure fun. So battle system, even though at some points it may get grindy, you can play some grindy modes when you just go through the levels, mementos as they call it, like secondary missions. You can play like unlimited amount of time, and it's of course it's grindy, but it's still fun. At some point you're like super strong and you just can skip the fights, you just add the levels, so it's not like stupid JRPG stuff. One of the main things that I hate about JRPGs is random battles. I played Octopath Traveler on the Switch. That's kind of a nice game, but fucking random encounters drive me nuts, man. I hate this shit. This game doesn't have those. You see the enemy, you attack the enemy, or the enemy attacks you, or you hide from the enemy. It's like a lot of different outcomes you can choose. And where you're super strong, you just don't even need to fight the enemy. Just run over it and like dies, And this is gorgeous. But that's the addition that they make in the Royal. It doesn't appear in the original game. And I don't know, it is debatable if it's a good addition or not, but I think it's a good addition. Even though you get too leveled up at some point. But that's the point of the game. You wanna become the stronger, you wanna become the strongest fucker in the universe, and you wanna like kill everyone with a thing. And yeah, the personas in the game is like Pokemons basically, but cool Pokemons. You create them, you find them, and you make them stronger, just like your fighting spirit. and you can create an extremely strong ones. I'm not gonna go into detail. So overall, Persona 5 Royal, combined with all of the characters and the secondary characters and the plot, I'm not even gonna speak about the plot, guys. You're just a group of people that wanna make the world better, and at some point you feel like, you know what, we have to like completely make the world better, not just like simply, like literally make the world better. And the story is not super difficult to get into, but it's still like classic Japanese stuff with over the top plot and plot twists. So it's great. I loved it. 240 hours almost, or like 20 hours, I forgot, of pure pleasure. Loved it. And if you were gonna pick the game, you just pick Persona 5 Royal. And oh shit, I haven't even spoke about Kasumi, the girl that appears after the. She appears earlier, but her plot continues after the initial completion of the game, because Persona 5 ends at some point, but Persona 5 Royal added more stuff. So you have another character, Kasumi, and she's like the nicest girl ever. She's cute, she's like super nice, and she has her difficult backstory, and she has a whole special story about her. And I ended up romancing the girl, even though, I love all of the characters. I'd like to fucking romance Ryuji, but he wouldn't understand me, though. So Kasumi is great as well. And overall, I like the game, and I like the content, and I highly encourage every single one of you to try this game, because whatever you like, if you like tactical fights, you're gonna get it. If you like some civilization type of gameplay where you kind of develop things over the time, you're gonna love this game as well, because it gives the ability to improve on here and there. And if you like visual novel type of games where just like dialogues and stuff and choices, you're gonna love this game. Even though you're probably gonna wanna check the guide, at least the dialogue guide, because it's important. You wanna answer the best answers so you get the most points and stuff. But that's everyone plays the way you want. If you wanna play it blind, play it blind. If you wanna just achieve the most stuff, you play it with some guide. So whatever you want, man. So it's gorgeous. The music is absolutely gorgeous. It's like, it's funky. I don't even know how to describe it. Like funky, super duper music, like here in your head. Is like, yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. It fits with this overall style. The woman singing, like jazzy type of music, like funky, as I've said, it's super good. It's the work of art, I'd say. It's one of the games that I think describe the definition of JRPG game, the best JRPG game. Because JRPGs, they're mostly known for being repetitive and for being kind of grindy and dull, all in all, right? But this game is the opposite. It's bright, it's stylish, it's bombastic, it's different. Every single thing that happens is different. Characters are gorgeous. Gameplay is very different. The royal version of the game is really well made for the PS4. Of course, it's not looking like the best exclusive like God of War or Uncharted. No, they're like it's weak. It's more like PS3 game, a bit improved. But the improvements are worth it. So if you want to play it, you just pick this game, Persona 5 Royal, and you will enjoy it. It's gorgeous, man. Maybe it's not for everyone, but you definitely want to check this game out. I mean, I spent 220 hours and I just wish I forgot this all and played again. It is this good. But when I finished this game, I was like, that was so good. I kind of want to play another game. And I learned more about the game series, about the original series, about everything. So I learned that there's another game called Persona 5 Strikers, which is not JRPG. It's more of a like action game where like fight enemies, but it still has the same characters and the continuation of the canon continuation of the story. And I decided to buy it and play it. But I haven't played it yet, because I decided, you know what, I'm gonna give it a break so I can enjoy it later on. And I think it's a right decision. So I'm not gonna speak about this game yet, but I know it's great as well, but only if you played the original game. Instead, I went and decided to go down the Persona lane, and I bought Persona 4 Golden for PS Vita. You may have heard of this game, maybe not, I don't know. It's available now on PC, even on Steam. It's a remaster of the original PS2 game that released in 2008, I think. And then they made the golden version with PS Vita, for PS Vita, and then they re-released the same version for PC. With a bit, with some improvements like graphics and stuff. But I, as a collector, you may see the hugest collection of games, and you don't even see the whole thing. If you want to see the whole thing, check the Q&A video, and it's not the whole even thing, it's just barely looking at the thing. So I decided to buy new PS Vita, completely new, like 2020 PS Vita, 3G, OLED, GPS, the best, completely new, like super expensive. It costs more than PlayStation 5 from fucking speculators, who buy it and resell that shit. No, just PS Vita costs even more. I bought that just to play this game. And I'm playing it. And what can I say about Persona 4, man? Compared to the 5th, it's mostly the same overall. It's the same idea that you have the same gameplay. You pick like strategic choices, what to do during the day, like you want to add your experience points, or like spend time with friends, or go to the dungeon and stuff, and the battles, tactical battles. It's basically Persona 5, but it's simpler in every single thing in the game. It doesn't make it bad, it just makes it more simple. And the fact that I'm playing it on PS Vita, it makes it really good, because you're like, oh, mobile Persona, super good, PS5, Persona 5 is like full-fledged game where you play 4K giant TV, like with the sound, super duper sound. But this game is more like, oh, mobile Persona, and it works. But surprisingly, it has a nice story and it has a nice characters, and the battle system is a bit different, but weaker than the 5, of course, but still, it's great. And I'm gonna speak a bit about the characters, because people who know the game, they probably want to hear about that. So we start with our main characters finding Dojima and his daughter Nanako, right? And man, both of the characters are gorgeous. I love Nanako. She's like super cute, like I'd like to kiss her. She's like super cute kid, and Dojima is like nice characters. I mean, he's not very friendly, but he's very honest. I mean, even though he cannot be very honest, he tries to be very honest. Like super, I like him so much. And by the way, I had to pirate this game. So I bought this game, and it's in English. It is completely English with all of the characters speaking English. What's the name of the guy? Troy Baker and other people, like, characters, people that speak like 95% of the other games. Just don't have another voice actors. No, I like said, fuck this shit. And I had my completely new PS Vita, and I modded it with special software so it can play the pirated version of the game. So I downloaded the pirated version with Japanese voice acting and English subtitles, and I just have this game. I just have it, so I bought it, so fuck off. I fucking bought it, and I can play it the way I want, and I actually bought it on the auction for £70, by the way. £70, British pounds. It's not, it's quite a lot, if you ask me, for the fucking shit old game. Not compared with the Fire Emblem games that are like $500 currently, but still quite a lot. I could have bought it much cheaper, or I didn't even buy it, because I still pirate it. But as a collector, I want my stuff to be man, I'm always making the stupid sound. I'm gonna not do that. I want to have my physical copy of the game. That's worth it. What games do I have there? Oh, okay. So I bought it and I pirated it, and I'm playing it still currently. Just a few weeks I don't play it as much, but as I've said, this is a great game. And speaking about the characters, what's his name? Not Ryuji. Yeah, what's his name? Not Yuki. I mean, Yukiko is a girl. She's great. But what's the boy's name? Yeah. Kamoshida or something she calls him. I mean, I forgot, man. Stupid me. I mean, I have great memory, but I'm stupid drunk now. There's a boy that's with you, and he's amazing. He's a nice character. He's great, and you have like also like stuff about him. And like Yukiko, she's like gorgeous, like a goddess, right? And Chie, she's nice. Ooh, almost broke the thing. A nice girl, like boyish type of girl, but she's still nice. The mascot character not as good as Morgana. The teddy characters, like this boy, like bear, teddy bear thingy thong. And I mean, it's stupid. He's calling himself Kuma in the Japanese dub, but fucking English subtitles call him Teddy. Why would you call him Teddy when he literally says Kuma? I get it, Kuma is a bear in Japanese, but fucking that sounds like Kuma. Call him Kuma. What's the fucking issue? When you have a name Aoi in Japanese, you don't translate it as a blue sky, even though it means blue sky. You do not fucking translate it. Every single Japanese word and name means something. You do not translate it like fucking Indians, like red bison, boba, beautiful sky. No, you do not translate it. It's stupid. Japanese names does not translate. So this guy is Kuma, not Teddy. You stupid translators, fuck you. So he's not as good as kitty thingy. What's the name? Morgana. But he's still nice. I kind of like him. In the story later on, he plays more roles, like funny and nice character. As I've said, Yukiko, you don't even see the girl. Yukiko is like a goddess. I love her as well. What's the name of the boy, though? He's like in the Persona 5. What's the name of the man? You... Why my drunk head can't remember that though? I'm sure you're like looking at me like, that's the name, man. You fucking stupid. I'm like, yeah, sorry. Forgot the name. But the boy, the initial boy, he's great. This boy is I love him. He's not as cool as Ryuji, but he's a nice bro. And then in your team you get Kanji. Kanji, that's the man basically voiced by what's his name? Troy Baker, you know, the guy who voiced all of the protagonists of all the games in the world. At least Far Cry. He voiced quite a few characters in Far Cry series. You know, in the fourth, he voiced Pagan Min in Tales of the Borderlands. He voiced the main character, Reese. I forgot his other name part. So he's famous. But in this game, he's voiced, in my version, he's voiced by Japanese voice actor Seki Tomokazu. And I love the way he voices the man. I love his voice. He's a great... I'm not gonna spoil stuff. He's just a great character. He's just a weirdo. And he's just such a nice weirdo, guys. Ooh. Maybe he's kind of a simple character in a way, but he's great. He's super great. And later you met Rise, and Rise is super duper cutie. I know that people who play the dubbed version, they don't like Japanese original voice acting of the girl, but that fucking fits her, guys. She's the... what's that called? Idol. She speaks like... in Japanese way, very cute and high-pitched voice. Not realistic one, but it fits her. I've heard the original voice acting, and that's stupid. That fucking... of course, to each his own. If you like it, you like it, no problem. But for me, it sounds super weird. Super weird. Every character, Chie, like... Ore wa Chie Satonaka, you know? She says, not ore wa... What's the girl says? Ore wa is... no, I forgot. Watashi, ore wa... I kind of know Japanese, some parts of it. But still, she calls herself Chie Satonaka. Satonaka Chie, right? Japanese stuff. But in English, she's like, my name is Satonaka Chie. Yeah, motherfucker. Chie Satonaka. Hey, no, that's not how you call yourself. You're Chie Satonaka, not Chie Satonaka. And the same with Rise, you know, she's the way she is in this original game. But in English, it's like, she doesn't sound right. So people don't like her. I like her. She really likes the cock of the main character, and I'd like to give my cock to her. My character's cock to her. Anyway, so I kind of like her. I'm probably gonna romance the girl, even though a lot of characters are cute and nice, but she kind of wants it, you know. And I'm like, okay, you want it, you get it. I kind of respect the need you have, so I'm gonna give it to you. That's the way I kind of think. I'm sure people don't like her. Many people don't, even though a lot of people like her, actually. What the fuck am I drinking, actually? Crafted, what the fuck is that? Non-filtered. I don't know what's that, man, but it's almost done. In terms of, it's gonna be bad soon, like in like 10 days or something. But fuck it. So she is good. Whatever you say, you love her, you hate her. Original voice actor, I love her. And then you get another character. There's another secondary character, Maurice. tsundere, I'd call her tsundere weirdo. I'm sure she's into some stuff, plot, which is great. I mean, this video is weird. I don't even know why I'm recording that. For whom? For people who haven't played the game, or for people who have played the game? I suppose for people who haven't played the game, they watched the part and they're like, you know what? I don't want to watch this fucking bearded asshole. I just want to play the game. And that's great. That's mission complete for me. But if you're still watching, man, thanks a lot, you know. I do that for all of you. It's just, I don't want to spoil it for you. I try to not spoil it, but you just better play the game because it's gorgeous. So I love all of the characters. Marie, and basically there's another girl, Naoto or something. She's shit, I said the word. He's, anyways, fucking ignore me. This character is also interesting. Ignore me. Shit. So Persona 4 is another amazing game I love. It's worse than Persona 5 in almost every single way. I can understand people who played the game initially and liked it more than P5, Persona 5, but for me P5 actually was better no matter what. And I still haven't finished it. There's still stuff to finish. It's just, not enough time. And while I'm playing it, I went and bought Persona 3 Fez. I don't actually remember what Fez means, but this is you may notice it's a PlayStation 2 game, guys. It is sealed. New game. And I'd say that in some years, if I'm not gonna unseal it, I'm not gonna open it, it's gonna be fucking super expensive. Because I have the game that I bought for $150 sealed. And now it costs almost $500 sealed. In a year. Even less than a year, like 6 months. So this stuff happens soon. But I'm not gonna open it. Because you know what? It's in English. It is in English. And I want what? Yes, you are exceptionally correct. I want Japanese voice acting. So I'm gonna burn my DVD and play the patched version with Japanese voice acting. I have my PS2. You do not see it, but it is right there, like super invisible. PS2 3900 version. So it's still a Japanese. Fuck, it's too bad you don't see it. Super good, super good. It's a pretty rare version of the console, and I wanna play it in the original console. But I cannot say anything about the game. I know there's a guy in the comments that loves this game to death, and man, I'm sure it's great, and I will check it later on. But also, I mean, since I don't have anything to speak about, Persona 3. You can also notice there's Shin Megami Tensei here. This game was the last one that had the name. And that's the name of the main series, Shin Megami Tensei. Persona is this spin-off. And it plays around different types of gameplay, but still keeps the tactical turn-based combat. And it's great. And I'd like to check Shin Megami Tensei games. There is Shin Megami Tensei 5 coming out like September or something, like very soon this year. I think I'm gonna pick it as well. There's Shin Megami Tensei 4 for Nintendo 3DS, and I own new 3DS XL, bought completely new, just gorgeous piece of electronics. Love it. I play Fire Emblem on it. And there's Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, which which is also, I suppose, a great game. I ordered it. I mean, in my country, that's stupid. In my country, this game sells. You buy the box, but inside there's no cartridge. There's just code, and you just download the game with the code and have the stupid this piece of plastic means nothing. It's stupid. So I bought it from the outside, and I'm still waiting for it to be delivered. So when it's gonna get here, I will at some point start playing it. So, this year for me was Persona, slash Shin Megami Tensei type of year. It was great. It added a new game series to my life. I mean, I now have Fire Emblem that I collect, and I have now Persona or Shin Megami Tensei that I also collect, and I highly encourage you to check those games as well. If you're not the primitive games type of person, like what's that thing, like Overwatch, Dota 2, Lineage, something, those type of games. If you want something new or you're into JRPGs, play any of those games. They're gorgeous. They're worth it, and they are the best JRPGs ever. If someone says Final Fantasy is the best JRPG, just fucking punch the man in the face and say God damn it, you motherfucking stupid, you don't understand nothing. You just go and play Persona, guys. Starting from the 5th is great. Royal. It's one of the best games ever made in JRPG genre. I'm telling you. I could have spoke more about all of that. I don't know what type of video that is, for which people that is. It's for 10 people, I suppose. If this video is watched with more than 10 people completely, that's gonna be incredible. And if you haven't played the game, man, just do that. You can download it, pirate it, do whatever, man. Just try the game. And if you like it, support the developers, Atlas. They know their stuff, and I think they celebrate 8 million copies selling of the series or something. Man, it's 8 million copies. You know how much fucking GTA 5 sold? I'm not gonna even tell you because you can throw up. That's not even literally possible, yeah. People buying GTA 5 10 times in a row. And this game series deserves at least some percent of the thing, of the same amount. Persona games, they want you to buy them, and they worth it. So check this out. You will not forget the experience you have. If you like anime, if you like interesting, stylish, tactical gameplay, you will love Persona. Even though, as I've said, yeah, of course, 4 is weaker than the 5th, but it's still gorgeous. The story is nice, and the characters are great. And if you play it on the Vita, it just plays like a great mobile game in a way. Not mobile, but more simpler than Persona 5, but still great game. And I'm eager to see what they will create in the future, guys. So, with that said, I don't actually know what more can I say. I hope that I will go down the Persona lane up until the very original game. It's not like I want to play all of them, but I think I want to collect them. It's like Fire Emblem series, I own, I think, 13 games or something in the series. That's 12 or fucking 12 how to speak English. What? Marcos. I have a weird kitty. What do I say? Anyways, guys, you just buy the thing. You'll like it. And I mean, just saying, Fire Emblem is also great, and Xenoblade is also great. If you're into just some random games that are popular right now, feel free to check some interesting and unique games, niche games if you want, for your console of your choice. Those are worth it. Those are great. And with that said, I think it's like hugest giant video. No one's gonna watch it. If you watched the whole thing, then you know what? Thank you, man. That was especially for you. Especially for you. Like literally. Next time I have to write the script or something, because it just was all over the place. But I mean, few people will watch it anyways, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Check those games, they are gorgeous. If you want to speak, no, if you want to speak, just speak. If you want to hear me speak more about some things like this, similar type of videos, games and stuff, if you think I have to improve on something, just tell me. Tell me in the comments. I'm always here. I'm always gonna read and reply. It's not like I'm really into making this type of videos, but I may improve. I may add something, because new game series always arrive and I love them, and I'm open to check them, and I encourage you to do the same. So thank you a lot for watching. Check the games. Love you all. See you next time, whatever it's gonna be. Bye bye, guys.